Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly game master today, because today we are carrying on with our ongoing campaign playing... this is part of our overall Legacy of the Crystal Shards / Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign. But today we're going to be playing another war story. We will be returning to a channel favorite, Pathfinder 2nd Edition, to tell another short story using characters other than the ones that we have been typically playing, the stars of our regular ongoing campaign. I'll go the order. Andrew has been parachuted in at the last second here, so we we do appreciate we'll be making up his backstory as we go. Maybe what I'll do is I'll go the reverse order. We'll have Darren introduce himself and his character, and then we'll have you do so. So first up, we've got Darren. Who are you and who you're playing?
Hello there, I'm playing Livari, who's a level 2 sorcerer. He's done a couple of war stories now. But yeah, he's been seeing some action.
Nice. And he is a member of an extended family of,
Yep.
Yeah, who all live in Caer Konig, I believe. The town of Caer Konig. And joining Livari is Andrew.
Hello, I am Andrew, and I'm playing Gregan Ravensborn, a human bounty hunter who, you know, has no other reason to be up here in the Icewind Dale than to fuck some people's lives up because they've done some shit, and they thought they left it behind, and I'm here to remind them that it follows.
Yeah. So Gregan, let's set the stage here. So this is, of course, the Icewind Dale that we are all so familiar with now. And waiting for the map to load. Come on, map. Let's go. Run, you little horse. Let's go. Come on, come on.
Roll 20's waking up.
There we go. Yeah, I sympathize with it. All right, so here we go. I'll let me shift ping you guys over to here. Okay, so here's where you guys are. Is one of the I can't remember what lake. Oh, I think this might be Lactanashir here. Caer Konig is located around here. It's further up the Lac, further to the north. And what you may recall, Andrew, this your first time playing in this war story. These series of adventures have all taken place contemporaneous with what's been happening in our main campaign. So you came up, Gregan came up, and while you intended to sort of, you arrived in Bryn Shander and you maybe had some specific person in mind, what you found is that the winter came early and came incredibly brutally here. So I think that Gregan is probably from Luskan originally, or around that region. Or at the very least, you pissed off some people from Luskan. So when you found that there were members of the Arcane Brotherhood who are, and Ship Rethnor, one of the gangs that dominates in Luskan, when they started really seeming to take things over in Bryn Shander, you realized, like, well, the weather is too bad for me to be able to get back through the pass, so you're stuck in the Icewind Dale, but where the hell do you go to try and hide out? So you went to East Haven at first, because that's the next biggest community. But East Haven is a known community of thieves, and I think perhaps in one drunken night you may have groused a little too much about, what your profession actually is, and how you can't pursue it here. That led to a very nervous escape for you to find another place to go. And where you have found yourself now hiding out is in this community of Caer Konig. Let me tell you a little bit about Caer Konig. Here we go. It's Bryn Shander, Dugan's Hold. Where are you? Tourmaline. Okay, where is it? I thought they... Oh, because Caer starts with a C, not a K. Demi? Come on, Madison. They have an alphabetical order, and I couldn't figure out why the K wasn't there. So while the white snow-covered slopes of Kelvin's Cairn loom large behind this quiet lakeside town, Caer Konig started as a camp for a group of mountaineers from the North Moon Sea region. As the camp grew, a wooden palisade was added to discourage raiders. Later came the stone castle of Caer Konig. Alas, neither the palisade nor the castle fared well. Both fell to orcs before falling into ruin. Caer Konig is known today, as it is known today, consists of terraced rows of houses that recede from the shore of Lac de Nashir like the tiers of an amphitheater. The harbor is... I'm just making sure I'm not confusing this with Caer de Naval. I'm definitely not. The harbor is frozen. Its docks skewed and broken by the shifting ice. Buried under the snow of the slopes above the last row of houses are the ruins of the Caer that gave the town its name, a reminder to the people of Caer Konig that nothing lasts in this corner of the world. Those who live here now are descendants of ragged tribesmen, for the most part, who settled here when peace was made like 100 years ago after the original Crystal Tower was raised. Travel to and from this remote town was expedited by the ferry that ran out of East Haven, but with the ferry shut down, Caer Konig is completely cut off by mountains, lake, and snow. Forced to live on what they can haul out of the ice over lake, the people of Caer Konig are bitter and angry. They believe that the rest of the 10 towns have abandoned them. And the only thing that keeps the townsfolk from leaving is the beer of the local tavern, which never seems to run out. As if things weren't bad enough, the town has suffered several mysterious break-ins recently with no evidence of the intruders except for dwarven boot tracks in the snow leading north. Since there are no known settlements in that direction, the townsfolk assume that Aurel's everlasting winter has taken its toll on the dwarves of Kelvin's Cairn, forcing them to come down from the mountains in search of food or beer. What has happened in the last little bit, though, there has been a couple of developments that Lavari has been involved with. What do you remember from the previous war stories, Lavari?
Well, we've done 2 war stories that I've been involved with. The first one was my missing brother, younger brother. Me and my sister went looking for them, or for him, and we found him in a Drogar fortress, which we managed to basically rescue him from, and we did find some black ice in that fortress again. So that was the first war story, recovering brother. And the last time we was at East Haven, where there was some missing fishermen. 4 missing fishermen. We followed them, or we basically searched that lake, I think, where we're sort of centralized on the map, looking for the missing fishermen. We came to a cave. We tracked the fishermen inside, or what we thought where they were. Found some strange hot springs, or used to be hot springs, where frost giants had gone to visit in the past, and we found some frozen ones in one of the hot spring, or used to be hot springs, had frozen over with some skeletons of frost giants. But anyway, a sea hag had basically set up their home there, and they had obviously, unfortunately, the fishermen had found this sea hag, and they'd met a grisly end. So the fishermen were lost, but we did find an interesting magic item there, which was the pot or the cauldron. If you put any sort of, I don't know if it was just liquid, but if you put any liquid in, it basically transformed it into stew. So it was like a refillable.
Delightful.
No, it was actually really good, stew once it had been transformed. So we took that back to our village to keep people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's where our story opens today is actually, wouldn't mind just changing your display name, Andrew, just because I'll fucking forget your name each time.
Yeah. And I'll have to remember to do it again.
For a Mo session
later. Wait. Oh, the cock. It's
the
gotta be
cock.
my cock, right.
Okay.
Oh, shit. How do I spell it?
Grygen.
I got it. I'm good.
Okay.
Try not to make you do all the work for me.
Not at all. Earning my paycheck. So then, guys,
wait, I've been supposed to pay you this whole time?
Where our session opens is once again. So Lavari, the delivery of this cauldron. Where we last left things is you and Gunnar had decided to bring the cauldron directly back to Caer Konig, as opposed to going to East Haven. What do you think you did? Perhaps Gunnar and Marietta, they're the ones who left to go to East Haven to report. And you may remember that Marietta was interested in finding out what was going on with that black ice that she found. That strange stuff. So perhaps they went off there while you were making use of the cauldron to help everyone. I think they have not returned yet. It's been about 3 days, which is maybe not worrying just because it's been, some bad weather. What also the town has done is it stepped up its patrols over the last little while because there are, if there are dwarves that were bold enough to kidnap a member of the community, they want to make sure that nothing else has happened. It also seems that the mystery of where those boots were coming, because you guys, I imagine, described how those dwarves you faced in that hidden valley, that they were able to make themselves invisible. If you shared that, then that seems to solve that mystery for them. And it is, I think, let's see here. I think perhaps you guys are Gregan, to sort of justify, them keeping you here. You're putting your other tools to or skills to work to sort of, help out with the militia. The community is small enough, and you've already made yourself unwelcome in 2 communities in the Icewind Dale. So perhaps you're trying to ingratiate yourself to the members of this one. Tell us a bit about what do you think Gregan? What's his what impression does he leave? Like, what sort of fella do you think Gregan is?
I think the first kind of thing that people feel when they meet Gregan is that of being extremely off-put, of a feeling of maybe not dread. I'm not going to suggest he's that. But intimidated, and I think he finds it very hard to what's it called? People are not very quick to trust him. He just gives off a vibe of just not being someone you want to be alone with in a dark alley.
Yeah.
So that's also made it, and he doesn't really know how to be anything other than that. So this kind of gruff, because his work can be quite lonesome, and he's kind of very independent because of that, and very resourceful, and of course. But at the same time, that can become oppressive, especially in his current situation now, where he's trapped. And trying to keep a relatively low profile here, but he doesn't know how to be anything other than what he is. And so the fact that he can't seek out, he's having a hard time getting help or seeking out others to because no one's gonna, he has to go to the even in the seediest taverns, the barkeeps are keeping a watchful eye on him, and they think he's up to no good. So it's not been great for him.
So I think, Darren, why don't you tell Andrew about Lavari?
He's I think he's one of the 3 children. He's the middle child, I think. He's got a real pale complexion. He definitely looks older than he is. He dabbles in the arts of necromancy. So he's got that sort of pained look where he's been using these spells. Straggly hair is sort of in the picture there. But the most thing you notice is definitely that he looks older and sort of a bit withered, and as if he's sort of drained himself with the way that he practices his magic and stuff.
Yeah, and I think perhaps, especially with the family, with your sister, who is a warrior bard, and your younger brother, who I can't remember what profession he might be. I think he might be a priest. I don't remember offhand, but he's young and sort of out of the picture right now. It's not surprising maybe that the two of you then get thrown in as like to have watch together, because Lavari's kind of a walking corpse of a human, and you're sort of an unlikable stranger. So the two of you are sort of tromping out to meet up with and relieve this one patrol. And it's as you're making your way along the trail that this man comes stumbling out of the bushes. He's dressed like he's dressed in cold weather clothing, as is appropriate. And he has a couple of animal traps over his shoulder, one of which is broken, so something may have fallen out of it. But the way he comes stumbling out is as if he's being pursued by something. And he looks up, and Lavari, you would recognize this man right away. Gregan, why don't you give us let's get some dice rolling here. Why don't you give us a perception check? Remember, that's on the right side.
Yep.
Just above
No,
where...
I'm good. I just I accidentally did it on Cola's sheet, and I'm like, nope, I'll need that this afternoon. Not right now.
Nice. So you recognize this guy as someone you've seen in town, like... unsurprisingly, maybe you've got a really good eye for faces. It definitely comes in handy for your profession. What you see, Lavari, this is a hunter named Fef Morwen. He's a trapper, not a hunter. But he has, a local. He has this wild look in his eyes of like, and he sees you, Lavari, and kind of recoils up for a moment, and then catches himself, and he do you guys say anything immediately, or
no, go ahead.
Look concerned, certainly. Yeah, I look concerned, and be looking to see if there's anything following him, or...
Sure. Why don't you give us a perception check, Lavari? Okay, so you're quite certain there's nothing coming from behind him. He just sputters out, "They're dead. They're all dead."
Who is dead?
The watch, the militia, all 5. Their skulls and their chests caved in. The dwarves, the invisible dwarves, are back. And he turns and is looking around as if like they may be following behind him.
So we're out of town patrolling.
Yeah, you're about
from town.
half an hour out. Well, you're about maybe 20 minutes outside of town. You're about to relieve. You're pretty close. You're about 10 minutes away from where you would meet up with them. Why the trapper is near them, that's I mean, maybe he just happened to stumble across him, but you're going up to the sort of the point where you were supposed to meet up with them.
Did you see any signs of these dwarfs that you think could have caused this?
I ran. They're all dead. And they're coming for us. And he's looking around.
Can I go up to him, kind of like grab him with one hand by the neck, scruff by the collar of the thing, and just like, I'm gonna slap him across the face.
Okay, sure.
Just to snap out of it, man. Like,
yeah, give us an intimidation check, please.
All right.
You spend a hero point to reroll then?
No, it's
Like, it's not that you won't be scary. It's just that you're not able to bring him under control. You're
no, it's fine. It's fine. He's clearly just having a thing.
He's like, no, they're gonna get us. They're gonna kill us. They will come in the night. They come when it's invisible.
I'll shove him and just throw him onto the ground.
He falls to the ground. They're coming. They're gonna get us.
Well, this one's batty.
LeVar, you don't hear anything, and like what you do remember is that there, when you did not see them, the dwarves had a distinctive. You could hear their heavy armor, right? Like
Heavy armor, yeah.
And remember, Gregan, you also are pretty adept at tracking.
Yeah. Do I? Well, we'd have to get closer. Obviously, the only thing I'm going to track right now, if I look around, is this guy's actual prints that he's left to get to us. So we'd have to. But I'll turn to Lavari. I mean, I suppose we should look into this. If he's not completely insane, this could be a problem for everybody.
I think we need to investigate this grisly site.
I mean, I have half a mind to just disbelieve the entire watch. Really?
I mean, do I know this guy as?
Yeah, like he's not I mean, he's not a warrior. He's a trapper. You know, like, and a trapper is a very different thing than a hunter. Even, you know, he's not like he is out thinking prey more so than. Making use of an arrow or, whatever else to try and get these things. He hunts small prey, marmots, and at best he might use a weapon to try and protect himself from a crag cat, but that's,
But he knows the lie of the land more than he thinks on his feet.
He would also be like the militia. What's been put together is really the village is so remote. It's not everyone's got some degree of martial tradition to them too, but you're not like there's not a standing watch. So the members of the militia that are killed, these are townfolk, of the community who would be dead at this point if he's telling the truth. You've not known him. He could be. There's many things to be said of this guy. He's not a liar.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we need to investigate this. I'm not sure he'll be much use to us, especially in his current state.
No.
I suggest you return to our village and warn them.
Well, you're going? You're going there?
We need to investigate this further. We need to get to the bottom of this, even if it's only to make sure we know what we're dealing with.
Okay. He nods as if, understanding, and brings himself back up to his feet. He collects the trap that he dropped when you knocked him down. And he looks at you both. Then, I'll go back. And he starts running off. And then, like, just as he's about to leave your sight, he turns around. He looks back at you both and says, "You each get a hero point." And then he turns and runs off towards town.
What a generous guy.
So what do you guys intend on doing? You can follow the path that would lead you to where you'd meet up with the militia, or you can follow his very obvious trail through the woods to get to, or the kind of scrub woods, to get to where he was.
No, I think we take the trail.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
So the path to join that you were planning on taking, or the trail he left? I said trail twice, so I'm not sure which one.
Sorry.
That's my fault.
Thinking, yeah.
Did you take the trail or did you take the trail? I took the trail. I don't know what you mean.
What is your quest? I was thinking to use my tracking abilities to retrace the trail he made.
Yep. So you can easily do that without making any checks. You're certainly skilled enough to follow that, and it's in snow and whatnot. What I can tell you is that there is absolutely no sign of anything pursuing him. There are no signs of, like, even things that are, you're looking closely enough to in his tracks. If something was clever enough to try and hide their numbers or hide the fact they were following, you follow this along for about 7 minutes. when you come upon a very grisly scene. Now, what he described is not wrong. What you see is that there are 5 members of the Watch that are killed in various places. It seems as if 3 of them may have been killed fairly quickly, 1 by surprise, and then 1 seemingly as they were trying to flee. Now, Gregan, why don't you give us a survival check, please?
Alrighty.
Nice. So you get over and you're looking down, and there's one thing you can tell. Is there are tracks here, but they are huge, and they are barefooted. So these are, now, Lavari, you remember that the dwarves that you face, they could grow, but they had booted feet. These are empty. Whatever took these things down as well, it's almost like trees collapsed in on them. Like,
so
the one that had a steel breastplate is completely stove into its chest and bent in one clean way, as if like again, like a widowmaker, tree fell onto him. Whatever took these 5 members of the militia out was very strong and used a very large weapon. And from a roll that good, it seems as if it was only one thing.
Would the size of the foot sort of ring true some sort of giant even?
Quite possibly, yeah. Let me check something here. Grab my old DM screens.
Looking around then, thinking, as the tracker that I am, I think I would start wanting to see, so I can assess that from the damage from them. Thinking now the broader area, the broader scene, any sort of evidence of pieces of weapons or clothing or other things that might have been left behind by whatever did this.
Yeah.
Are there trails of blood? Does it look like? Because it doesn't look like this. Just looks like an attack. This was not like what? Sorry. No, dial back. Do I see evidence of consumption? Like, did the whatever do this? Was it trying to eat these guardsmen? Is this some sort of beast or creature? If it doesn't, because I'm thinking if there's no visceral kind of like gnawing on this stuff, this wasn't for food. This was an attack, so it's an intelligent creature.
What you can see,
getting at, right?
There are. It's funny you mentioned that. There are 3 legs missing. And if you look at it, I think because you've got survival, you're trained in it. You know when you're jointing an animal, you're trying to like break the tendons and whatnot and get the leg off. That's precisely what's done. And it seems, are either of you guys trained in medicine?
No.
No. Okay. So
I sort of use nature instead of medicine.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you got that feat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think what you can tell is that from the accumulation of blood on the ice afterwards, these are post-mortem injuries. So whatever took them down then took time to take the legs, and like right from the hip joint popped
And you
off.
said there are 3 legs missing, so like 2 from one person and 1 from another, or 1 from each of 3 people?
No, 2 from one, the heaviest of the 5 members, and then one other one gone from another.
Oh, so the juiciest meat.
Well, surely you'd be able to track such.
Well, these if even if it was post-mortem, these legs are gonna, if they broke them off like that, these legs are gonna bleed for quite a while. So unless if there's no evidence of a blood trail, drips, or anything in the immediate area, it means that whoever did this was smart enough to wrap up the legs and do some sort of cauterizing or treatment before they started leaving. So, I mean, that could tell us something too. Do I see any blood trails around?
Why don't you give us you can each give us a society check, please.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, wow. This is going to not be good. Oh, okay, straight roll.
Okay. Do either of you want to spend a hero point and re-roll?
I've only got +1. That's the problem.
I've got 0, and I don't think I don't know that a hero point's going to be worth it. It's not it's a high risk with little reward.
No.
Okay. So you can't think necessarily yet of precisely what it is that this might be.
Okay.
But can you track the footprints?
Yeah, that's my next step. Do I see? Well, that was actually part of my thing too. If there's if there's any sort of blood trail or drips or footprints, or I mean, if it was this big, I can't imagine. If I don't see any tracks at all, then now I'm worried.
Give us a survival check once again, please. Gregan?
Sure. Oh my God. Okay, that's not acceptable. I will take a hero point because I'm supposed to be good at this. Well, I spent too long at the tavern.
Well, in fairness, these things, whatever this is, it does seem to, like, for one, the tracks that are around here seem not to be. They seem to either be in the like forceful and kind of like they're sliding as if something was moving around in a fight, or casually strolling around. But you're having difficulty finding where this thing came from. And also where it goes. That also might tell you a little more about what this might be. Because there are some big, clever things that can still quite easily hunt you. Lavari, you could... are you trained in survival?
Yeah.
Yep.
And you could give us a survival check, too, if you'd like, to see if you can...
Yeah, certainly.
Okay. What are you thinking?
I'll have one more go.
Yeah, you only rolled a 7 on that one.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
That's better.
So
there we go.
I think it's you're looking down and you're having a hell of a time trying to find where these things are too. And Gregan is cursing, like, where did this thing come from? And Lavari, I think you look up instead, and you're looking over, and what you can see, it's harder to spot, but there are clear signs of where broken branches have come. Something big can be very stealthy and can be clever in hiding their tracks, but they have to make passage through things. And what you're spotting is like, this is exactly where it's going. And you look down at the footprint and it reminds you of something you have recently been exposed to. Do you remember when you infiltrated that the Dvergar fortress? Do you remember what they had enslaved there?
An ogre, I think.
Yes. These are ogre tracks, and they are notorious cannibals, or at least eaters of humanoid meat. So that would make sense why they would do this. And as you say, Andrew, less so to conceal stuff from blood drippings, but more to keep all those juicy meats inside. They carry with them, meat bags to be able to properly keep them.
Are they generally solitary creatures, ogres? Do we know?
Ogres can be in large groups, but this is pretty far from where they would normally be. You've heard rumors that further to the north there was, as there was a century ago, there was an army forming of these things, but no further word has come. If there are more of them coming, ogres are extremely powerful, but not particularly reliable. So deserters may quite easily just wander off in search of things that are easy snacks.
So hopefully this is a solitary.
You have a clear path you can follow here now, though.
Okay. Well, I think we have our answer. What's caused this? We should definitely investigate.
Okay. So it takes you about 4 hours to follow this. because it speaks more to the very rough and challenging terrain. It is still daylight, fortunately, as you're traveling along. Let me just get your token set up in this sheet here. And I'm going to set some light on the outside here. Oop. Gregan, you're proving to be difficult to resize here. There we go. Big man. And let me shorten your names down. Gregan, one nice thing about this, though, is Darren, you may remember how teeny tiny the tokens ended up being before. That is not the case with this map. This one is a more manageable one. What you find at one point is you reach a creek that seems to be running along. It's still not frozen, so it must be have a fairly local source. It leads you along into a hillier area, and you come across a place where there are 3 cave entrances. Actually, let me put you down here. Yeah, and then I'll put a light out here. Whoop, what's going on here? There we go. That there. And we'll give it light so you guys can see. It's fun always when you want to have use dynamic lighting, but like you're going from a exterior in the light into the interior of a place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I think that's the problem. There we go. Let me just get this out of here. Okay. I think that's good to go. Good to go. All right, guys. I want you to feel free to explore around the outside here as much as you like. But this is what you see. Let me move this. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Let me move you over. So you guys are down here.
Oh, this is a cool looking. All right.
So you can go along the side there if you like, but you see there are the tracks lead down into here. This first tunnel here. But this place seems to have tunnels in multiple different places. And would you guys each give us a perception check, please? Lavari. Oh, both of you guys. So, Gregan, you're maybe the first one. You stop. You cock your head. The entrance is about 20 feet tall for each of these places. And this one over here is curiously even. Look how straight those walls are. But what you hear from in here, you both look at one another and like, do you hear goats?
Goats?
Yeah, there's the bleating of like several goats. Quiet, but it's echoing out from within that cavernous maw.
Huh. Do you think maybe could be what's it called? Could be his larder.
It means there could be others. Maybe this ogre is working or with others. I'm not sure.
Because you rolled a nat 20 on your survival check too, Lavari, as you get closer to here, I can tell you that there are several other older tracks leading in and out of here. They likewise seem to be from an ogre. It's not clear how many there are, but there doesn't seem to be any more than 2 present at any given time. But there's something else that's curious, is you see in amongst them, relatively fresh, as in like within the last week, there are tracks from some kind of large bear. So
Strange.
what do you guys wish to do?
Okay. I assume that is that just a light on the map there?
The light is just that's me to give you
that's
something
fine.
that is to reflect the daylight.
Yeah.
It's otherwise dark inside there, though.
Okay. So that central sort of tunnel looks potentially man-made.
Oh, hold on. There is one other thing that is curious. Within, there is looks like there's light of a fire flickering in there. Let me just check to see what the radius of light given off by a campfire is. And I'm sorry, what was your question while I'm looking that up?
No, I was just sort of saying to myself, really, almost that the middle tunnel looks like it could be man-made.
Yeah, most definitely. Everything else seems to have natural walls to them. But those
all
those
the
walls,
footprints seem to go to the right tunnel.
yes.
Yep.
What would you guys like to do? You can move yourself along the exterior as well if you like. There's more that you may spot as you're doing there.
Yeah, I want
to the left or to the right.
We came in.
I'm also kind of wanting to see what's over here to the left too. Is this little creek? Is that traversable? Do I need to do any checking? Is this difficult terrain? Or?
You can. It's not very deep at this point, but it is liquid. It isn't frozen.
Okay, so I'll get wet. All right. Well.
Yeah, I can't. I haven't got any light on at the moment, so I can't see outside the cave here.
Oh, give me a second. I'm going to set the sun, another sun over there, so you can see.
I just want to see if there was any smaller entrances or anything that maybe.
There you go.
Cool.
Those bones are present in our story as well.
I would probably wouldn't go any further until I'd reported back.
Okay.
I don't want to lose sight of each other at this point. I would probably gesture or wave over.
Okay.
Try and
I'll
come and have a look.
I'll make my way over the. Wait. There you are.
And head over from cover of these trees to look at these fairly fresh-looking stripped bones.
Yeah.
Stripped of meat. Can we hear anything from that entranceway?
Why don't you each give us a perception check? Nat 20.
Blimey.
You can hear a shout in, I believe, Lavari, do you speak Jotun?
No.
No? Okay. Gregan, do you speak Jotun?
Shit. Sorry, I'm trying to look at where languages are on the sheet.
They are on the
Bottom
right underneath where your actions are, I believe.
Oh,
Right.
okay, there we go. Common, Goblin, and Chimerian. So no.
Okay, so something shouts at something else in there, and it's echoing from within the cave, and you hear something else shout back. So there's two distinct voices that are in there, and they seem to be shouting at each other from different parts of the cave.
Quite a number of potential foes here.
Only two voices you've heard thus far. If you listen quietly, there's no one else seems to respond. Just two distinct voices in a language that you don't understand.
I'm going to move a little bit closer to the entrance where the bones are, just to see again, is there further footprints, further tracks going in this way?
More of the same, of tracks that are going in and out, made by seemingly the same ogres. And of the same age as well, too. This seems like another point of ingress and egress. I don't know why I can't find the light sources here.
If there are multiple ways in and out, if there are more than one of these things, I think you and I would be hard pressed to. I think one of them would be a challenge for us. All bravado aside, if there's more than one, perhaps we should think about some way to trick. If there's more than one way in or out, we could trick, maybe lure one out one way and the other way, and then have some sort of trap to get one of them by surprise. Try to take one out quickly before the other one really gets a chance to understand what's going on. I don't know.
Previously, me and Gunnar did manage to take one of these things down, but they were fierce.
Yeah,
combatants.
if these two took out an entire watch, I mean, obviously, you and I could take out an entire watch too, but it just seems like we ought to maybe put some thought to this.
Yeah, as the lesser armored and I would imagine quieter of the two of us, I'm just going to sort of sneak up to the entrance here, just so I can sort of look into the cave.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's best for you. I am definitely not subtle.
Okay.
Just see if I can see. any
You're the
more.
one who. Oh, Gregan was the one who rolled a nat 20. Gregan, there's a stink coming out of this area as well, like awful and shit and rotting meat. More so this corridor, this one, than the others.
Maybe this is just where they using it as a waste cave of some sort. I mean, a safer route in there.
What you also know about ogres is that they're vicious fighters. They are horrible, man-eaters. They can be quite sneaky when they want to be, but they are just like, there's lots of folk tales about how fucking dumb they are. So you would be aware of that.
Okay. How can we take that to our advantage? Right.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm thinking, right? Like, take advantage of their stupidity.
Draw
I
them
just,
out.
the problem is, like, even if there are two ways in, it'll, what's it called? If the other one figures out that something is wrong or they hear noises, they'll come running, and it will not take them long because it's not a big space. So then, I just don't know if there's a way to if there was a way to maybe trap or incapacitate or reduce one of them's abilities by a bit, like even just to something to I don't know, catch one of them up, trip them or something, so we can get a couple good blows in before.
You can hear from here, Lavari, the sound of bleeding goats is much louder here. Like, so loud, you can't imagine how someone might hear, say, your footsteps over the sound of the goats.
Okay. I think this is the way we should enter, to disguise our creeping about in the caves.
Okay.
See if we can learn more.
What if? Here's a thought. If those goats are their dinner, what's more likely, but they're still going out and finding food, which means, I don't know, based on how other creatures kind of act, they nest and they store, and they keep reserves, not unlike we do, but they still go out and get their favorite meats whenever they can. Maybe these goats are just, reserves in case they can't find food.
Yeah.
So I imagine they'd be pretty upset if a whole herd of goats just started leaving all of a sudden. Maybe we release the goats and get them to run off one direction. Maybe that'll be enough to cause one of the ogres to go after the goats to stop them, and then we get the jump on the other guy.
We could certainly do that once we've learned a little bit more of the layout of this place. I think the goats could definitely be used to our advantage.
Okay.
But I think
But this is, I'll follow your lead if you think this is the...
Well, I'm just saying we could use their noise as cover to start with. As soon as we get, we learn any more. So I'm going to continue to sort of creep into this cave entrance.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow. I'll stay a little bit further behind. But yeah, I like this idea of using the noise to cover.
What are you guys getting out right now? I know, Lavar, you got your shield, or your staff, I believe.
Yeah.
But are you going to get your shield and sword out?
Yeah, good point. I will. Yeah, I'll take out my long sword and the shield.
Okay.
And I'll have them equipped.
So, Lavari, that's something curious in there. There's a bonfire burning that you can see.
Yeah, I'm going to creep up to this edge to them.
And holy smokes, as you get closer to it, to the north there, fuck, that stink is worse. And as you get closer here as well, the sound of the goats is getting louder.
I can't hear any of these other voices, the shouting.
No, they've only shouted back and forth once at one another, seemingly from different parts of the cave. So what are you doing?
Take one more step.
Holy shit, it's a lot of goats. There's a whole pen there. And these are, they sound loud, but it's like, you remember the goats you've heard that the dwarves keep, the oversized kind of like, mountain rams. That's what these are. And you can in fact see there are markings on their side. These seem to have been rustled, in all likelihood, from a dwarven community. The bonfire in the middle of this cave keeps it lit and relatively warm. The scent of roasting meat fills the air as 3 legs are on spits that drip juices down into the fires beneath.
Oh, lovely.
Goats and sheep are held in spacious animal pens enclosed by a crude wooden fence. And the other things you can spy in here right now, there's a wooden cart with a broken wheel. And that's everything you can see right now.
I should continue to creep.
Okay.
Try and see a little bit more.
So you can also see now there are 2 crates in here as well, and it looks like 2 barrels. You then hear a shout from somewhere up here, and there's another response from down here. And you hear from up north. It sounds like something is coming. What are you guys doing?
I'll whisper. We need a plan. We need it now.
Well, I'm going to gesture to sort of go back the way we come
Okay.
now, because they seem to be coming. I'm going to fall back and to continue to listen to see if they are coming back into that cave.
Okay. You can, Gregan, you can hear, I think, because you're the nat 20 from before. And even Lavar, it's not hard to hear something is in there. There's muttering in a language you don't understand. And then you hear the sound of something biting into flesh. A tearing sound. And you hear it shout, Soul Farm! And there's a call back. And then something seems to be walking away from the cavern.
And I mean, I'm fairly convinced that's the ogres. I mean, did I even hear the ogre when we attacked the fortress?
Yes, it was like bellowing at you, but that thing had been like captured and tortured by the Dvergar. So I mean, take an already fairly unstable creature and then further subject it to unimaginable cruelty. Also, everyone gets a hero point.
I need that.
Okay. And then, so it seems as if they've gone back to their status quo for the time being. Guys, why don't we take our mid-session break? And then we'll come back, and you guys can tell us what you intend to do next. So, we're back in 5 minutes, folks. Okay. We need to change up our music to something a little more dangerous. This one?
Yeah, I feel like we got to save that one for this afternoon.
Yeah.
That's the age-old Icewind Dale, tried and true.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that really hopes that somebody on the stream this afternoon has some like audio problems, but like organically it just happens.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh man. Okay, I want to adjust one quick thing here. While we're doing this, let's see here. GM darkness opacity. I think. Yes, that's what I want. Great. Okay, so guys, what do you wish to do? It seems as if whatever ogre came in that cave seems to have left. What are you gonna do?
Or do you want to use the goats in some way, like you were saying?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking, you know, if something were to spook the goats or draw them out, right? I think the problem is that knowing what that room looks like now, like we need to be careful. There's only the one way in and out of that pen, so we'd have to carefully try to guide them. I don't think my plan would work. Guiding them out of the pen and outside, and then causing the loud noise that would make the ogres realize the goats are escaping, and then also hide us and get us to a perfect location to like that's a lot. I don't think we can but the idea had been if we can get the goats to run away all at once. But maybe, you know what, maybe we don't need to
Maybe only need
do
one.
it so sneaky. Maybe we just go I don't know, cause the goats to be scared in some other way. I don't know. But I just thought if the goats were all running away, that would be enough to literally draw one of these ogres away from the caves, buying us precious minutes that could be used to corner the other one. I don't know. But they're all in that little pen. It's not like they're just sitting in a room. So, unless, what did that fence look like? Was it like hard wood, like it looked like in the picture, or is it just like ropes holding them in? Like,
it is a crude wooden fence.
Okay.
So it's effective, but likely could be. I mean, you've got crafting; it could likely be sabotaged quite handily if you wanted.
Yeah, but not quietly.
Unlikely.
Yeah. Oh, the goats themselves are making.
I'm gonna stealth smash.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the goats are making quite a bit of noise on their own.
Yep.
So maybe it's possible if we could sabotage a couple of the vertical posts that are holding the fence up, and then when we're ready to go, you know, it's just a matter of maybe using that fire that's in the room too. We grab a couple cudgels of the logs and throw it at the goats, and that'll cause them to maybe run away and break the fence down. And then in that chaos, that would certainly get the ogre's attention. We just have to make sure we are hidden when they run through, and hopefully the goats will run away. I don't know. That's all I got. Because it's either that or we try to take these things on at the same time.
Yeah, that's definitely, a bad option, I think. I mean, we could test it by just lifting even one of the goats out, maybe.
These are big dwarf. I mean, so what I was going to say is that these are big.
The Hobbit sized.
Yeah, like they're dwarven
vicious,
goats.
nasty.
But Gregan's got an 18 strength, so I think that as long as he had free hands, he would be able to pick one of the things up. The fence itself is probably about 5 feet tall, though, so like you wouldn't really be able to reach over it and get to them. Not easily, at least.
But do you want to try and damage the fence then? enough?
Yeah, I could do it. I probably have to put down my sheath my sword and put my shield down.
Well, if I literally hold them for you while you're standing
Oh,
next
that's
to me,
also, yes, that would probably
make it
also
super
make it
quick and
easier
easy.
for me to re-equip them. If you're literally just, okay, Jeeves, here you go.
Okay.
So, okay, I
for us.
probably would do it on, I would probably want to do it over, why, Roll20, why are you doing this? Okay, I would probably want to do it over here.
Okay.
Okay.
It seems like getting to the ogres to try to go this way would be.
So, Gregan, would you give
better,
us
but-
a stealth check, please?
Yep, here we go.
Well, I'll be next to you, won't I? So,
Oh no.
You want a hero point that?
Maybe we use the remaining. Oh, we got another hero point, even though my token didn't update, but that's fine. It's actually 1 now. Let's try this again and hope for a really good roll.
There you go.
Okay.
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 Okay. So you move yourself over there, and then Lavari, you've gone over to help him. Cregan,
Yeah,
I think
follow
this
up.
is going to be to do it silently. You're going to definitely be able to sabotage this fence. This is not it's not fucking brain surgery you're doing here. But to do it silently, I think, and to set it up so it'll kind of collapse when you need it to, it's going to be a DC 16, 1/6.
Okay.
Craft.
Crafting. All right. Well, I am trained in it, so let's see. Maybe.
Oh, nice. So you carefully go along with your dagger, just like loosening everything so it seems like it's pretty much ready to fall apart. The goats are still bleeding like crazy on the other side of this, so it's very noisy in here. The stink of that meat, you realize that one of the legs is gone off of the fire right now, but there still are 2 remaining, dripping fat down. You'd hate to admit it, but I mean, it does smell. It smells like cooking meat. It takes you about maybe 5 minutes to thoroughly. What's your plan for how you're weakening this? Is only one spot you want to have weakened, or you want the whole thing to collapse at?
My ideally, there. How many posts? Well, I mean, however many posts there are. Like ideally, I guess I would probably start by testing to see like, can I pull them out of the ground at all, or is there maybe I should do that first and maybe perceive or whatever. But like, is it easier for me to pull the vertical
I don't think
posts
they're-
out, or
yeah, this
maybe
is-
the horizontal things are weaker? I don't know.
I think what way is, rather than thinking it in the specific way of implementing it, what is your goal here? Is that the whole thing is
okay.
going to fall
Yeah,
apart,
fair.
or is it that you're going to have one weak part that breaks apart?
The ideal thing would be that a fairly like about half of the fence on this side here would just collapse over, and the goats would be able to just hoard out of there and run away.
Then,
is what I'm
that's-
hoping to try to
so
do.
you're going to weaken along the bottom, I guess, and where it's where the supports are at the side. I don't have it on your character sheets as well, but you guys can assume you've got like an adventuring pack worth of stuff as well, like your ropes and pitons, torches, stuff like that. So if you want to make use of any of that in your strategy, there is also, it looks like there's that broken wagon that has nothing in the back, but there are crates and barrels in here as well.
Yeah. Not going to be too quiet to be able to lift, excuse me, or open those unless they're just loosely closed. We could put all that stuff on fire.
Yeah, I'm just
Like-
wondering how much they would. I mean, how stupid. It's just how much they would buy that everything just caught fire of its own accord.
Oh, they would know something's wrong, but like if we could cause enough chaos, they'll be too focused on trying to deal with the chaos.
I just thought if this part of the fence give way down here and the goats started running out of there, they might have actually thought, oh, they've just broken out of the fence, and they might go down there, giving us enough time to investigate the rest of the cave and find a suitable place to ambush.
Yeah, no, that's fair too. Maybe making it look more, and that's why I'm picking this side of the fence. My thought or hope is that the goats will kind of just go out this way. It's the bigger opening, right? And it makes sense too. There's water over there, like, so maybe they just went to go get, the goats went to the stream or whatever, right? Like,
I just wondered if we sort of harass the goats at this end, they might start pushing and shoving, and they might just naturally.
Would you guys
break
each
out.
give us a perception check, please?
Ooh.
Oh, Gregan's at 20. Okay. Gregan, so you're getting these things ready, and you look in the pen there. You look around, and it's something that either you were thinking or something that Lavari said before. But like, these things are not living carefully. They're not living in a clean kind of way. You know, there's no sign here that any of these goats have been slaughtered. Like, there seems to be enough goats in this pen that would fill it, right? So they haven't depleted the stock that's in there, unless they've been moving the fence, and it doesn't look like that's the case. But there's no evidence in this cave, at least, that they've slaughtered or eaten any of the goats. The bones you saw outside, the bones that are scattered around that stinking cave near to the north there, none of it are goat bones. No goat skulls or anything like that.
so this is not their food supply.
So they're collecting them for something, and we have.
Like, you guys know that you can milk goats.
Yeah.
Sure, but I somehow doubt that an ogre with his giant hands is.
The famous
the idea.
ogre chef cheese.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. I mean, this is.
I think
Kevin's been trolling us the whole game. This is actually just an ogre cheese manufacturer's spot.
Yeah.
We're gonna go back there, and he's got a little chef's
Pepperidge
hat on, and he's
Farms, but
churning
ogres.
butter. Oh my god.
I mean, we have overlooked the bare feet sort of side of this as well. I'm not sure what that is.
Bare feet?
Well, we saw the bare feet earlier, didn't we?
Oh, I forgot about that.
So something else is potentially involved with this. Maybe they're collecting them for something else. But anyway,
I think the point, though, is it doesn't matter why they're collecting the goats. The fact of the matter is they're collecting the goats, and they clearly want the goats to stay here. So by making the goats not be here, that's going to, I think that still means that they will be upset and try to do something about it, right?
yeah.
But that does suggest that there's some sort of other reason. So we have to investigate further.
Yeah. Okay.
But so you're saying we make noise at this end.
Well, yeah, just
Now that I've weakened the fence.
poke at them or whatever with the end of my staff and just sort of get them to move towards the other end and apply pressure to the weakened part of the fence and start to.
Yeah, and then we go, and then we back
the way
out
we
over
come.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't you give me back? I'll take back my shield and sword now.
Yep.
And where are you hoping they're going to go?
We're
To drive them down, like, through out that exit
Yeah.
there?
we're hoping they'll go down this way.
Okay.
Push them towards this bottom edge. Yeah.
Okay. So give me a sec here. I'm just checking.
Maybe kick them or something.
Well,
Need be, I can like poke one of them with my sword a little.
yeah. I've got the
I
stuff.
don't want to be cruel either, but
They are notoriously stubborn animals.
yeah.
So there
needs to be some sort of like promise of food, but I don't have any fresh grass. Also, how are these goats surviving this much in the winter in this? They eat grass and stuff. Mm-hmm. How the hell are they staying alive, and how are there this many?
There's lots of hay that's in there.
Why don't we put the hay on fire?
Well, yeah. Again, I'm just trying to keep it more
Organic,
natural
right.
looking,
Okay.
if possible. Just so there's
So-
less suspicion.
It would be to sort of direct where the animals are going to go is going to be a nature check. So if someone's trained in nature,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not trained.
and that would
Go
only
ahead.
be a DC 14 for this. So
You,
then,
you deal with the nature trying to direct them, and I'll deal with the try to scare them.
so let's do this just for ease of reference. Why don't you guys go ahead and click on your token, click on perception to get ourselves in order.
Ease of.
I'll click on initiative, not just perception. Sorry.
But it's
Perfect.
using perception, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, Gregan, let's tell us what your sort of plan is for kicking this thing off here for 3 actions.
Okay. So the fence is already primed and ready to go.
Yep. Only one action to hit it, and it'll collapse over.
Okay. So I think. Oh, right. Fair. We got to probably do that first then. I should use an action to kick the fence over so that the goats have their opening.
Do you have your shield and sword back again?
Yeah, I took them back from Ivari.
Okay.
Or Navari, sorry.
Yep.
So I'll just like bash it with the sword or something and try to.
Okay.
Or at this point, probably just kicking it would be enough.
Yeah.
But
You kick it, the whole thing. You've rigged it to collapse, so it falls down, collapses into a heap, and the goats are all bleeding quite loudly and agitated. You have 2 more actions.
okay.
And remember,
Can I
each
move?
stride, if you move, it's 5 squares.
Right. Okay. So I'll move.
For each
3
stride.
squares. 5 squares per stride. Yeah. Okay. So I'll use my first stride. It's only 3. I'll sacrifice the other 2. That's fine. I'll move back over here. And maybe like I'll. I don't want to actually harm the thing. That's cruel. But maybe just with the shield, I'll try to like bash. One of the
Do this.
goats.
Give us an intimidation check. You're going to be aiding Lavari's check. So give us an intimidation DC 20. But if you succeed, you get +1 to Lavari's animal handling.
All right. Oh
Okay.
no!
No, so you don't hinder it whatsoever. You're hitting it. You're just not helping.
Stubborn creatures.
All right, then Lavari, 3 actions. What are you doing?
Yeah, so I'm going to try and G them up and move them towards the broken part of the fence.
Go
as
ahead and
the
give us
first.
a animal handling at or animal handling, nature check, please. DC 14. Yeah. Oh man,
Nice.
that's all. If he had successfully helped you, that would have been a critical.
Way to rub it in.
But you succeed. So then you have 2 more actions. The goats look like they're all going to start, striding their way out of here.
Yep. I'm definitely going to need to move back. Yeah, I'm just going to spend 1 more action just making sure they're going in the right direction.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, just move sort of around the corner slightly.
Okay. So they are all freaked out and they are all racing down this corridor here. I'm just going to pack this with goats. There we go. And sheep are in there. So they're all and bleeding and running. Just filling up this corridor here. All right. Then let me to make perception checks here for the folks in the other rooms. All right. You hear a shout, a bellow, "Roar!" from somewhere to the north. Allow me to add someone to the initiative order here. And let's roll their perception. 25. So they'll be up first. Okay.
That's great. I love this for me and where I'm currently standing.
Okay. Then, yep.
That's how far away
So
they
it's one
are,
action
so-
for them, but it would be one action for them to hear it. So they would only have 2 available. 1 action to ready something, and then 1, 2, 3, 4.
Maybe we'll get
5.
lucky and they'll be just out of sight.
Let's see where I believe. Yeah, you are. You can hear something is big and is moving from to the north. Poof,
Okay.
poof, poof. Gregan, your turn. 3 actions. What are you doing?
GTFO. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I'll go over here.
Okay.
And I've got my sword and shield out already. So I will. I don't know. Yeah,
It's an
I guess
action to
that's it.
ready. the shield if you
Yeah,
want.
right. That's probably just in case. Already the shield.
Okay. Here's
just
another
in
thing
case.
you can do is, remember in Pathfinder 2, you can bank 2 actions to take 1 action as a reaction.
Oh. Yeah. Well, but I have to have the shield readied before I can do the shield block as a reaction. So
Correct.
I can't, in this case, I wouldn't be able to bank 2 actions to do that because I used 1 to stride. So that's fine.
Yeah, and you only have 1 reaction per turn anyway. You were also in Pathfinder 2, you're a fighter. Fighters are the only ones who have opportunity attacks.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So,
and that's a reaction. So
that's a
I'd have
reaction
to
as well, too. Yeah, you got some...
yeah, so I'd have to...
action economy is pretty cool with the fighter.
To get an opportunity attack.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Then, if that's it for you, you have 1 spare action, nothing else you want to do?
I mean, maybe I'll back up just a little bit further, just in case.
Because, I mean, this is a standard strategy. Have the wizard up front where the fighter is cowering
All right,
behind.
fair. I'm too used to being a little bit more dainty, so I'll sit here.
Lavari, what are you doing? 3 actions.
Yeah, I want to just maneuver slightly further away, but I want to try and keep a line of sight. So if I see something running out of the cave,
Okay.
hoping they won't look round, yeah, we can see if the plan's working.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Then it is... I'll add a turn for the goats so we know when they're going. And goats are going on. There we go. So the goats will be next. They're beginning to run out of the cave. It's exactly as you intended. All right, top of the round. Ogre. Let's see here. First to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boo, boo, boo. This thing comes running in. You hear a bellow as it sees that the goats are gone. It's seeking, and then it is running and shouting. So I need to go around this fire, though. 1, 2. I have to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see this is racing down the... I think, Lavari, I think you've got a line of sight to that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so there's this great big ogre, ogress, technically, who's running down, and the other ogre kind of... is coming back to inspect. So 1 to seek. I'm only going to give him 2 actions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he'll seek in here to find out what the hell's going on. He did not succeed. Gregan, what are you doing?
From this angle, I really can't see what the ogres are doing. Oh, wow, that's big. Okay. I might just sit right on the edge here so I can keep an eye on what's going on in the room.
Okay.
Because I really want to make sure that that I'm watching to make sure that at least one of these creatures goes outside to follow the goats.
Okay.
And to keep an eye on where the second one... So I'm listening to see if the second one is going to show
so
its
you're
face
seeking.
too.
Give us a perception check.
Yes, yeah. Sorry, which check?
Perception, please.
Perception. Okay, yep.
Okay. Fortunately, they're not very hard to follow. All right, so then you have 1 more action. You want to get that shield up again?
Yeah, I'll put the shield up just in case they spot me.
Lavari.
Again, I'm just waiting. Can I just... can I hold a spell in sort of preparation?
Only if it is a 1 action spell.
Yeah, I was just having a look.
Most spells require 2 to cast.
Yeah,
they have a verbal and
2.
somatic usually.
Oh, actually, I might just put my shield up while I'm waiting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so your shield spell is active. Then, so you got +2 to your AC. Then it is the sheep's turn. Truly a line present in every epic adventure. Let me get this out of the way here. All right, so the sheep are running off. Yeah, they seem to be running off. Then it is the ogre's turn. So this ogre is going to continue chasing after. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's going to try and command the sheep. Okay, or the goats. And then this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. It's trying to figure out what's going on. It's seeking 17. So it's trying to figure out what's happened. It's looking at the fence and trying to puzzle out, like,
yeah. Don't hurt your brain.
it's poking at it. So it's got in its hand this crude, like a what do you call it? Oh, let me just do one quick thing before. Perfect. I'm decoupling it from the character sheet from the drag. One of the perils of having the drag and drop is it links all the tokens up to the same one. So I've before had like 20 goblins and I do damage to one and all of them take it. So the this thing is on the ground and it's poking. It's got a great big. It's a club with a vicious fucking hook on the end. Seemingly me. Obviously, Anna's tummy was upset earlier today. Let's make quickly. I thought I heard a noise. I was going to make sure she's okay. Okay. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Oh, we got up at like 5:30 in the morning because her tummy was a little troublesome. She's feeling better now. Some fucking asshole threw dog treats over the fence. And when dogs, if it's something they don't usually eat, it can upset their stomach. Her stomach was upset earlier this week, and it was only last night that I spotted the package. So, fucking dickheads. Anyway, the ogre warrior pokes at this thing with that giant club, but does not seem to realize where you guys are. Gregan, what are you doing?
The other one went out.
Yep.
Now the question is, now the danger is the game of, do you wait a little bit longer to hope that
you have
it goes further away?
Only 6 seconds to make a decision.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? 3 actions.
I have no ranged abilities at all.
What are your fighter abilities, though?
Sudden charge, shield block, and power to. Oh, yeah, I could rush in and charge this thing. I kind of want to draw it into this area and bring it for even further away. So what if I back off to here? Lavari's going further in. Damn it.
You can delay and let Lavari take a turn first if you like.
Yeah, I think I might do that.
Okay.
Follow
Lavari,
his lead.
what are you doing?
This thing, I can see it. It's looking around. It's investigating.
Yeah, it's hunched over and sort of poking the fence.
I'm gonna.
Here is
I see that we're about to
good
launch
idea of
into
what
combat.
you're looking at here.
Oof, it's an ugly critter.
She is. I don't know what you're talking about. Look at that face.
Yeah, only a mother would love that face. I'm going to cast Bless.
Okay.
So we get +1 to attack rolls because I would imagine.
Is that
it's all
yourself
about
or everybody? Oh, why don't you click on it? Click on it, and let's see.
I think it only does 5 foot range to start with.
Oh yes. So
I'm going to increase it with my extra action.
Yep. Okay. Oh, that's great. Yeah, because you don't need a. Oh yeah, so it
Just adds an extra
automatically
5
benefits everyone, but you can spend an action to concentrate and bring it, make it wider. So you could.
Yeah.
What do you want to do with your last action?
Well, that's a 2-action spell.
Yep. So you still have one more.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to use
Oh,
the
and then
last
emanate it.
action to make it bigger.
Oh, got it.
So
Okay,
it
so
covers
let me
both
give
of
you an aura here.
So it starts at 5, and I've now made it 10, I think.
Okay, so let's do that 10-foot radius. There you go.
That right?
So that is, you guys can also, oh, wait, I gotta hit so you can see it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I can see
Okay,
that.
you guys can all see that now?
Yep.
Great. So yeah, you're, and what does your bless spell look like?
Yeah, I think we had this one before. Did I have it before? So everything to do with Livari is it's all obviously necromancy and stuff. So it's little skeleton hands and things coming out of the floor. So when things are coming nearby, they're sort of grabbing at them, and anything sort of like ghostly little images revolving in the area, whispering in and out. Loads of them. It's not like a massive sort of fog cloud of them, but just the odd one occasionally. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Don't know how I feel about this.
Cregan, what are you doing?
Kind of freaking out a little bit, but I will. Okay. I kind of want to. I'll go back. If we can try to flank, I'll go back. I'll move back here, and I'll try to whisper to Livari. I'll make
So
noise
you
and
know
drop.
the order of actions here. What do you think is
Right.
going to happen when the ogre has its turn? You
it's
once
gonna
again
know that
position
this-
Livari up front.
Yeah, right. I keep forgetting. I am the tank. I got to remember this.
Livari is an equal target right from where you position yourself.
Right. Okay. Never mind. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna.
Life's tough as the tank.
Oh, I don't know what. Okay. I'm gonna try to make some noise. I'm gonna hit the side of the wall here a bit
Fuck,
with
you
my
hit
shield.
your shield. Viking
Yeah,
style.
I'm just gonna
You
hit my
like?
shield a bit and try to make some noise and
Sure.
see if I can draw the other ogre into this narrow space.
It definitely sees you, and then you have one more action. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna put that shield up and ready.
Nice. All right, so the sheep and the other ogre, you're not sure what's happening outside with that.
I'm just hoping.
Then this one, it looks over and sees you. It need not spot at this point. So then first thing is it's going to need to stride over. And it only needs to go to there. Oh. Yeah.
Or is it too narrow?
You position it well. No, because I think it either has a chance. It's going to try and hit you from there because it does have reach.
Oh, but I can't reach it, so this will be interesting.
Precisely, but because of the angle, I'm going to give you cover because it's having to sort of move around a corner. If it moves in closer, it'll get to you. Actually, you know what? It's pretty angry. I think it's not even going to think that clearly yet. It wants to get right at you because it wants to eat you. So it gets in. Then first attack.
I can't see it anymore. Where'd it go? It's roll 20's weird shadow line of sight
and again, like you
shit.
picture this is what's happening for your character as well. It's moved beyond where the bonfire is. There's only the daylight coming out, so it's hidden in shadow. You can see
Yeah.
coming down at you.
Is it like literally it's taking up these 4 squares now?
That's right. Yeah.
So like it is touching. It is in my.
It is touching you. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So then.
Well, not cool, but.
No. So first action, I've got your AC is a 22 right now, right?
Yes, because I have the shield.
Because you shield up. I need to roll a 10 to hit you.
Oh, jeez.
I need to roll
Even
a 20 to get a
22.
crit on you, though, so that's pretty good. So, first massive thing. Oh!
At a 20, isn't it?
It's a 4! I miss!
Oh, okay.
So, it ricochets off of your shield, and then it'll make a second attack. Now it's a +7. I now need to roll a 15 or higher to hit you.
Do I still, like, does the shield, do I keep it up for all this, or is
What
it
it's
just
done
once?
is when you spend an action to ready a shield, you get the benefit of its AC bonus. Otherwise, you don't get the benefit. And then you also have a reaction that you can use to interpose.
Right. Yeah, I just meant like, sorry, I meant do I only get the benefit one time, i.e.
Nope.
the first attack?
Nope.
Okay.
Until
Cool.
once you do your reaction, then you lose it because it's gone. But
Right. Okay.
Okay, and then
Cool.
the second massive one comes down. I need a 15 or higher to hit you. 18.
Boom. Okay.
Do you wish to
So I guess-
interpose?
Yeah, I will definitely shield block.
Okay.
That.
So then you're going to reduce this by 5. You take Ooh, 16 points of damage. Reduced to 11, so 11 points of damage to you and your shield.
And the shield. Okay. So that means the shield's at 9. And I am...
So the shield is at 9. I believe that means the shield is broken then.
And I lose 11, so I'm at 21.
Your shield is no longer functioning.
Oh. Well,
okay.
It's good while it lasted,
But
shield.
you only took the up. Then it is Lavari's turn. So you heard this thing batter down. And let me make sure I'm doing that broken. It's been a while since we've had a shield break here. But let's see here. Broken. 272, 273. Let's see. Here we go. 272, 273. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay, but what? Oh, here we go. Broken condition. Broken object cannot be used for its normal function, but it can be repaired. Broken armor still grants its item bonus to AC. Oh, so your shield, is no longer going to be able to be used to deflect for now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, it did its job.
Did its job. Yep, absolutely. This is also, incidentally, one of the cool things about magic items, like magic shields have, or like things made of different materials, have a higher hardness and they have a bigger hit points, so they can take more hits. Lavari, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think it's time to launch a Divine Lance.
Okay.
All my spells are really against undead, that's the problem. So
all you need to do is kill this thing and then...
Yeah. That one.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, so that is a solid hit and 6 points of damage. Nicely done. What does your Divine Lance look like?
I think, again, it will have the sort of ghostly... aspects to it, so I think it'd be just like a bit of a small screaming skull type effect.
That's actually a 23 as well, because remember you get your +1 from your blast.
I got +1, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, great. It hits them. You still have one more action. What would you like to do?
Do I have to maintain the shield?
You have to ready it, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just ready it because everything else is 2 actions on mine, so yeah.
Then it is Gregan's turn. Gregan, what are you doing?
I am going to. I can also get angry, and I'm going to use 2 actions and use my power attack.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Against this thing. Bam.
Go ahead. Oh, and you guys get a.
I don't need to do that. I would just. That's not the roll. I need to actually still roll.
Yes, you just make 1 attack, and then if you hit with this, then you will do extra dice of damage.
Okay, so my longsword, and this would be my first. Like it would. I would
first
use
attack,
the
yeah,
first
top one,
attack of it. Yeah,
the
top one.
First button on that.
Yeah,
so roll
longsword.
attack and damage then. Whoa, 24. So that's a solid hit. And then give us a 1d8 roll, please.
It already did. Oh, because we need the secondary damage.
That's right.
Obviously.
Yep.
Duh.
Nice.
Hey, another 7.
14 points of damage from that first one. Look at that. You
I can't see how much it did, so I'm just living in anticipation here. I can't see the health bar. I'm like,
it's nearly halfway right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
So that is 2 actions. You still have 1 more. You can spend 1 action to shake that shield off your hand if you like.
Yeah, the shield is useless now, so I might as well be that because it'll allow me to grip my longsword with both hands.
It is, but I don't think it does any extra damage with that. Not in this game, at least.
Oh, right. Versatile is just the type of damage. It doesn't mean I
or
can
piercing, yeah.
one-hand or two-handed. So, but I mean, just for the narrative.
You
of
could
it
also
all.
make another attack. Remember, like this, that counts as 2 attacks for you for your multi-attack. So you could just attack a 3rd time if you like.
I think I worry that the shield would be in the way if it's broken. So I'll probably...
I can tell you mechanically, it doesn't do anything. It just means that you can't use that hand for anything. But
all right, then why not? I'd be stupid not to try to cause some more damage.
Okay,
then.
so we attack number 3. You're rolling for that one. There'll be a top buttons, the 3rd one along.
Yep.
Okay, so that is
That's
Not
gonna
a
be
great
big miss.
I mean,
That's
you
a
rolled a
big whiff.
4 on that, though. You want to spend a hero point and try again?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll lose the hero point. Try it again. No.
23. That's 13 with the blast bonus. That's actually not that far off. It's unfortunately a miss, but not that
Too
far
bad
off.
we don't have luck in this one.
Yeah. Hey. All right. So one really brutal hit on this thing and a second solid hit. The sheep continue running outside. Let me make the animal handling. Okay. The sheep are back under control. Then, top of the round, we've got our ogre warrior. She did not like getting hit. So her first attack on you, Greg, and your AC is now at 20. What is your fortitude bonus? You'd be right in the middle of the...
There you go. E8, it says, under 42.
8, okay, so 8, it means 18 is your target number for it.
Oh, E is expert, right,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, just the number you needed. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So, I think... Oh, sorry, actually, your reflex bonus.
Oh, reflex is 9.
9, so 19 I need. So what this thing, I'm going to try and trip you. It brings that hook down. It's going to try and knock you out.
Ooh.
Knock you over. That is a 19. I'm one shy of being able to do it. So she knocks you in the leg, but you're not knocked down. That she wasn't pleased with, so she's going to follow up just with a straight attack. I need a 15 to hit you with this one. Just on the nose, 15. Am I missing any bonuses that you've got?
Does the bless give me a bonus to my AC at all?
I don't think so.
No, unfortunately not.
Then I don't think you get me.
So this hits you. You take 9 points of damage from this thing hitting you.
Woo-wee.
And then it's going to spend its final attack it's going to go for big guts here. It's going to try and trip you once again. At this point, I need a 20. Yeah. No, I need an 18 to hit you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, of course.
So it does. It yanks you, and you are knocked prone. Purple, you are prone.
Okay.
Lavari, Gregan was just knocked. You see the shield shattered the moment before, and then tripped below. He is looking quite banged up right now. What are you doing?
I'm going to do a 2-action heal on him. So it's 2d8, the 2-action one, I believe.
I think if you click on it should roll all those dice. Because I think we fixed that last time.
Oh, did we?
Nice. Increased by 8, so that's 15 points that you were healed by, Gregan.
Okay.
So power
15?
flows into Gregan.
It's only
15.
It's +8 if I do 2 actions.
Oh, sorry. Right. Okay. Cool. Yay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Lavar, you got one more action.
My token doesn't want to update. Oh, well, that's fine.
I don't know. Ever since they updated the tokens, it seems like you guys are having difficulty.
I mean, the character sheet is reading correctly at current at 27.
Okay.
If you refresh, but it will knock your camera out probably.
Yeah, it'll knock the camera out. It'll knock the character sheet out.
It seems to sort it all out.
It's fine. If I click on the token, the little bubbles on the top read out the correct thing. So
okay.
that's fine.
Okay.
That's
So one more action, Lavari. What are you doing?
One more action. Yeah.
Get your shield up again if you'd like.
Yeah, I think that's all I can do. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I can't flank him or anything. So.
And Gregan, what are you doing?
standing up.
Okay, so your first action is to stand up.
Yeah.
Second, so you're no longer prone. What next? And this thing does not have attacks of opportunity, so it doesn't.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe mechanically, maybe this is not how I can do this, but it would be cool to maybe half get up, like get onto a knee,
Okay.
take my long sword, and try to swipe across its knees.
Sure. Yep.
So maybe
go
I
ahead.
don't fully stand up,
Yeah.
but I guess that would still mechanically count as getting back on my feet.
Yeah,
I'm
because
just
you're ready
kneeling.
to move with the next action. So
Okay.
second action, so go ahead and make an attack. Oh, now, do you want a power attack again?
I can do that every turn.
Fuck yes, you can.
Fuck yes, I will.
It just takes two actions to do it.
Specifically, trying to target its knees here to slash across them.
Okay.
So this would be my number 2 attack then, because it's my second action.
So,
Okay.
are you trying to damage it, or are you trying to knock it prone? Because, like, mechanically, there's also, you could make an athletics attack against its reflex defense to try and return the favor, to knock it prone. Just like,
I know I'm the tank and I'm strong. This thing is much bigger than me.
Okay.
So maybe I'll just try to damage its knees. Which might, if I do well enough, have the same effect anyway. If I really, I'm going to focus on one knee in particular, just to really try to.
Sounds good.
Okay, so power attack.
So just
24.
25 actually, because of
because of the +1 with the bless.
So give us a 1d8 roll.
Another d8 roll.
Come on, 9 points of damage.
9 more points of damage.
That's still pretty.
Do I get +1? Is it just +1 to hit with the bless?
Hold on. You rolled attack 2. Remember, you're rolling attack 1. That's important.
I asked if I was doing attack 1 or attack 2. Sorry, I missed.
Nope.
I didn't.
So
okay.
I mean, what that means is that's actually 5 higher. That's a 29. That's a critical hit.
Oh, well then.
So that is 14 points of damage. So let's do 5. So
I love that I cannot see.
It howls in pain as you hack across its leg. Gregan, I believe that's all of your actions. So the sheep are moving outside, and then it is once again these ogres. This one bellows out in pain, though. I'm rolling seek for the other one. It's too distracted by the noisy goats, so it doesn't actually hear its fellow. But then this thing. All right, so first things first, it's going to make its main attack on you first, Gregan. That is a 24, so that's a hit. Boom. You take...
Worth it.
10 points of damage from this hook going into you. It will then follow up. It's going to reach over you because it's got reach and try and trip Lavari. Lavari, what is your reflex save?
Reflex is it's only 4.
Okay, so that's 14. Oh, is that? Hold on here, maybe that could very well be right. I just want to make sure I didn't fuck up something on your character sheet, because you should at least.
Yeah, I've got 0 dex. I'm only trained.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, unfortunately, you're just not very good at it. All right, so then 14. So then with this one, I need 7. I need a 7 or higher to hit you with this.
Okay.
19. So it yanks it out, and you hit the ground. Purple, you are prone, Lavari.
Yep.
And then we are going to try and smash Gregan with this last one. So I have now +2 to hit. I need an 18 or higher to hit you. That 10 is not going to do it. So that as it, knocks you once, it grabs Lavari and knocks his leg out from under it, and then smashes down on you. But you are able to deflect it with your shield and the remnants, or your sword and the remnants of your shield. Lavari, what are you doing?
I shall certainly stand back up.
Okay.
The way the spells, can I cast the spells multiple times?
As long as you got the actions to do it, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like I have to specifically have 3 heals revised. I can't tell how good the health bar is in Gregan.
You can't see Gregan's health bar? Hold on.
Oh, it's just permanently full.
Yeah, it's just permanently.
Yeah.
My health. Oh, sorry. I can tell you though. My health is at 17.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and heal him again then.
Okay. So 2 actions once again.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me roll that. So that'll be 11 this time.
Okay, 11 points back.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, Gregan, 3 actions. What are you doing?
Oh, what do you think I'm doing?
Power attack.
We're gonna just do that fucking thing again. I'm loving this.
Yeah.
This time I'd like to
what's
try
even better,
to
guys? Why don't you each take a hero point?
All right. Yes. This time I think I'm gonna let's reinforce what seems to be working. I'm going for that same fucking knee again.
Okay.
I'm trying to really do it. So, boom. Oh, that's a 13. I may not do it.
13 is not gonna be. You want a hero point that sucker?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. There you go.
Oh,
29 is another crit. That's 20 plus 1d8.
20 plus 1d8. Well,
so, how do you want to kill this thing? What does it look like as you take
so
this
I didn't
ogre
even need
down?
the d8. Or please tell me that 1 was the difference.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just one big again. I'm gonna actually go down onto my knee as I'm bringing the sword down to put every ounce of weight and power I can behind this swing.
Okay.
Trying to actually maybe I've timed it so that the ogre, while it was swinging at Lavari, left its wounded knee open, and I'm slashing it against the back of the knee and basically chopping the fucking
So the knee comes down, and then as you follow through, you just cut
Stab it
straight
right in
across
the
the
gut.
throat, and
Yeah.
and this thing slumps down. All right, guys, what do you now? I'm going to take your aura off because it's only active for 10 rounds at most, so I'm assuming that is probably going to go out while that thing is managing the goats. But what do you guys wish to do next?
I think we should take this opportunity to search the rest of this cave before it comes back.
Lavari, are you capable of casting the light cantrip?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, do you want to do that?
Yeah. If we still got the bonfire, but yeah, the thing's outside, so I don't think we're going to give ourselves away. So yeah, I'll light us up.
Okay.
I'll just put it on my staff.
Okay. So what? And can you click on light? I just want to see what the radius of the light
it
is.
Was 20.
Oh, 2020. Great.
2020. Yeah.
Okay. Go. There you go. So once you do that, now you can see that pit behind you, and you can see the remnants of this dead ogre. Behind you, there is a crudely dug 10-foot wide pit that seems to be full of trash, bones, and filth. This is the source of the stink that you've been smelling.
Yeah.
What do you guys wish to do next?
Do you agree we should
the ogre
push
is
on and
bleeding out on the
search?
ground here.
Yeah. Sorry, Lavari.
No, I was just saying, do you agree that we should push on and search the rest of the cave while the other one's out? The goats.
I'm just wondering.
Try and get to the bottom of the mystery of what they're doing here.
I do, but also worried. Like if we don't know this cave, the other ogre does. I also don't want to get surprised.
Well, let's find if we can use the other exits as a way to retreat.
Right, because
So
for
that
all
we're
we
not
know,
trapped.
if this thing's coming, it might come back the way it came. It's not too smart, but it might be just smart enough to come this way.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure we're kind of hidden and we have a sense of where it is before we try to make our move.
Let's go and check that third sort of entrance. We'll see if we
So
can
we'll
find
go
where
out this way, or we.
No, I think that's a dead end. So
Okay. So we go this way.
Yeah, but we need to head
All right.
back in here.
1, 2. Are diagonals 2 in this game?
1.
1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for my stride.
Let me double check. I've said it out loud. I can't remember. I know diagonals count in Pathfinder 1. Let's double check here.
Is this one where you can only do one a turn or something?
No. You can move 3 strides per turn. So you can move triple your.
Oh no, I meant one diagonal per sort of stride or something.
Oh, yeah, I'm just double checking that right now. I can't remember offhand. Here, movement. Whatever. Honestly, it doesn't really matter how the game chooses to do it. We can decide to do it one way or the other, and it just cuts across for everyone. Let's just assume that its diagonals are free. So you just count as 1, and I'll just apply that for you guys. That's what I've been doing for the monster anyway, so. Okay, so what do you see? You can hear, you can move, even move cautiously, assume you can make 2 strides per turn.
Okay. Right, okay. So you want, Darren, you're saying you want to try this one?
Let's explore to the west.
1,
so
2,
we've got another
3,
exit
4,
route.
5. I'll go over here.
Okay.
Oh, it looks like it's a narrower passage over here.
And I'll follow behind to give some light.
Okay. Yeah, it's tough to see from where you are right now. It is definitely a narrower passage.
We still hear the ogre and the goats outside.
Yeah, do we still hear anything out here?
You can hear him shouting at goats.
Yeah, so he's still occupied at the moment.
Okay, so then 1, 2, 3. I'll go. Oh wow, it's so narrow that Roll20 won't even let me see anything. Oh, okay, never mind. That's
so
just...
it seems like in here, the natural tunnel bisects a ring-shaped excavation here. There are niches cut into the walls. Along here, there's a smooth, circular passageway that seems to go along, and then those look like burial crypts. 8 foot high, 5 foot wide passage has dozens of burial niches carved into its wall. Each is about 2 feet wide, 2 feet tall.
Are they empty currently, or?
There are bones in there.
Oh, okay.
Human, looks like. Some have been scavenged, it looks like, but there are 1 or 2 skulls that seem to be looking out at you.
Is this a wall in the center that's blocking all the line of sight, or?
Yeah, this is going to be a circular passageway that is separate from this.
Oh no, shit! Lavari, get back.
No, I was just poking around the corner with the light.
Yeah, I was. I just thought because like this is that path, that straight path that leads out to the creek area.
At least another exit route.
Well, here's a thought. This could be a great choke point to draw the other ogre into. We flank it on either side, and it's just if we can lure it into this tunnel, it won't have a whole lot of room.
Yep.
I mean, it will like this would also expose you to some hits directly as well, which could backfire on us. I could also just stand here at the choke point and you stand back like we did before, but we could also get in, right? Like, so those are our options. If we wanted to try to do that. But it does seem like there's another, like I can see, if I go over here, I can see.
There was another entrance, wasn't there?
Yeah, this is open out here.
So that's the third of the entrances.
Yeah.
Remember that at first there was 3 caves, and then we went round and found the bones and then another entrance.
Yeah, so I think if this creek, I'm assuming this connects with the creek that was at the entrance we were at originally. So
yeah,
this is probably another exit. So like we don't know which way he's gonna come.
So Lavari's intrigued by why they're collecting goats still. That's my whole reason for exploring.
Okay. So apart from that, there does not seem... This seems to lead down into a larger cave that has a different funk to it, like an animal funk in this direction. And then it seems to carry on around in this way.
Yeah, it's this man-made bit that interests me the most, I think. So I'm gonna move once.
Okay. So what you can see there is that there is a there are stairs leading up into here. And again, this is man-made, man-sized.
But would the ogre not be able to fit down there?
They could squeeze in there, but it would be difficult for them to move and difficult for them to fight.
Okay, but they could get through. Okay.
Like they'd be flat-footed the whole time, so easier to hit, and then have to move at half movement because they're sort of like kind of pushing themselves through it.
Are we still in sort of initiative?
Roughly. Well,
Yeah, okay. So I just want to stick my head around the corner
okay.
or into the room.
Well, now what is that? Carved out of the south side, climb. So, carved out of the south side of this room, climb 5 feet to this 10-foot high, 15-foot wide square room, which has narrow natural exits in the east and west that you can see there. In the middle of the room, there is a rectangular stone block, 7 feet long and 4 feet wide and 3 feet tall. Pictographs on the walls of the chamber tell a tale of one tribe's journey through mighty mountains and across perilous tundra.
Is there any inscription on the actual stone itself? Any sort of what would look like a name? Or?
It most definitely seems as if this is the kind of thing that ragged chieftains would be laid to rest in.
Okay.
So we've come across
Some sort of burial.
yeah, like a well, oh my god, what's the word? The actual word for it though.
A tomb?
Yeah, well, a tomb, but like barrow. There you go, a barrow.
Mm-hmm. So this natural corridor seems to lead into another room over there, Lavari. There is a stone slab sitting atop this thing, and it seems undisturbed.
I'm, by the way, while he's doing this, I'm trying to keep an ear out both these hallways.
Yeah.
Listening very carefully in case we hear anything coming.
Okay.
Would I recognise a name on this stone? Would it be something in history?
Give us a society check.
Some sort of motive.
You know the context is clearly I mean, you spend a hero point. You got 3 right now.
Yeah, I would actually.
Okay.
He's intrigued. No.
Roll 20, less so. So no, like I mean, but I mean, this is you've heard about the people who came here as well. So this seems to be maybe the tomb of one of the earlier chieftains who who came here. Curious, there does seem to be evidence, which is unusual. Some of the pictograms depict the chieftain wielding magic of some kind.
Yeah, that's enough. You've tempted me enough. Magic and the undead do not phase Navarro. So he's going to see if that lid is movable.
I think with someone of
strong
Gregan's strength helping you, I think the two of you guys could try and give it a go.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I should gesture.
So why don't, Lavari, why don't you give us,
okay,
I'm assuming Gregan's athletics score is probably better than yours. Why don't you give us a assistance roll, Lavari? So DC 20.
No, definitely not.
You could spend a hero point to re-roll that if you'd like.
Yeah.
What is your athletics?
It's +4.
It's +4. It's not nothing, yeah.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Then, Gregan, would you give us an athletics check, please?
Come on.
Yes!
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Okay.
It slides across, and what you can see is that within...
Always slides across loudly.
There's a shallow niche that holds the bones of a female human whose, or more to the point, as a female human skeleton whose tribal garments are reduced to dust and tatters. But clutched in her left hand is some kind of pearl. And clutched in her right is a wand of some kind.
Oh yeah, I'd be too tempted to not look closer at these items. So
Oh, sorry, man.
retrieve
A
those.
cursed wand.
Yeah, that's all right. That don't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Falcarel.
Okay. So you're grabbing both those things?
Yeah, I'll try to. Yeah.
Okay, yep. Easily. You pick them up. You think you can hear, maybe it's your imagination, the wind go through this tomb. As you pick both of these up.
That's just my spirit friends talking to me. That's all right.
Oh, great.
What do you wish to do next?
Um,
You can hear as well, since you've been listening, Gregan, you hear the sound of some large animal moan or shift over here.
I think we go the other way.
All right, I will take your lead.
It does sound like the goats are being led back in as well.
Okay.
No, the ogre's rather calmly going about his activities.
He hasn't gone back to the body yet, hopefully.
Oh, we'll know.
I
I'm
think
sure
so.
we
Yeah.
will learn when that happens.
Do these barrels look of any interest? I mean,
If you head into there, okay, 1 second here. That room, in here, suspended from the ceiling are, by a series of ropes and pulleys, are 6 baskets. And clustered near the south wall are 3 wooden casks carved with the heraldic symbol of Goodmead, another of the 10 towns. And these appear to be casks of ale, or casks of mead, I should say, from Goodmead.
One would assume that that this is good mead.
Oh yeah, legendary stuff. In fact, the trouble is
sorry.
each full
That was
cask
terrible.
weighs 200 pounds. But if you poke
There's a
in,
broken cart in the other room, so it's not like we can use that. A big, strong ogre to carry these, but I don't know that we're going to be able to,
I mean, if you sort of push against them, do they feel like they're full?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
from the marks on the floor, it looks like there may have been more cast at some point.
Okay.
It sounds like the ogre is coming back into the cavern
Yeah.
now.
I'm starting to think time is of the essence.
Yeah, we don't. I don't know that we can do much about these right now. Something to maybe come back
I'm
for.
gonna just poke my head around this corner.
Okay, and you see the first of the goats are beginning to come back in here.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try and cover my staff to
Okay.
not give off too much light to give our position away.
Sure. So I'm not going to remove the light. I'll just assume that you've got it covered
Yeah,
up until you
just-
tell me otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay,
If we're going in that direction.
And then after a very tense, like maybe 5 minutes, 3 minutes, we'll say, you can hear just an agonizing bellow. It appears as if someone has spotted the body, and you hear the sound of something heavy, and then you can see moving past the fire there in the direction of where you left that other ogre's corpse. An ogre. It runs over. And we'll go in a round by round here. So, first up, I'll get the sheep out of here because they're not doing squat anymore.
They serve their purpose.
The ogre turns and is stalking around and looking and sniffing the ground and seems to be looking over. And this thing is, again, ogres are like 10 feet tall. Looks over in the direction of where you guys first went, towards that circular hallway And it's stalking over. It bellows out again, a challenge. And then cries out in common, "Killers!" Lavari, what are you doing?
Well, I'll turn and say, do we try to kill this, or do we just withdraw at this point?
We've started something. And if these two ogres already attacked a town and killed the guard, now we've made it angry. What do you think it's going to do? The next time there won't be a guard to protect anyone.
Do we fall back to the choke point, as you said before?
Like back to the tomb room?
Or that corridor, or even the tomb room, it would do the same sort of thing. It would.
Yeah, I mean, most of these
struggle to
rooms...
get through the corridor, but it would be, enraged enough to probably come after us, which would give you maybe an advantage fighting it.
I know that they're stupid, but I think the little narrow stairway that we came up just now is probably too narrow for it to get up.
I was thinking of the circle a bit, where it would have to squeeze.
Like over here?
Yeah.
Okay, we can go back that way.
For your planning your action economy, two guys, remember you can spend 2 to bank 1 action. That includes a stride. So if you want to be like, once it spots me, I run, you can do that to sort of like let it see where you are and then like, oh!
Oh, that's a good call, actually. Yeah. Because I think the thing is, there are lots of choke points in this little cave, right? We were able to use one to our advantage already. The tomb area does seem to represent a good area of narrow to reduce its ability to move around.
Yeah.
I will point out as well, Gregan, you do have a composite short bow.
Oh, I didn't even... Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So get in position and maybe fire off a shot at it.
Yeah, but we hear it from over here. So I can go down... At
the moment, I think it's down with the rams, isn't it? And the sheep.
I thought he said we heard it go over to the west.
You heard it move over, but we're on a round per round basis right now. So you heard it move over in this direction. Lavari, what are you doing? You got 3 actions.
Well, I'm going to move into here with the light.
Okay.
I'm going to take up a position here where I think would be a good position to make a defensive stand. Or
Gregan, what would you like to do?
I'll follow. Go in here and
that's 5, so that's 1 action.
I think I almost said already my shield. Oops. Yeah, the little thing dangling. I never actually took it off, so it's just dangling on.
And just for your edification, if you had 10 minutes to spare, you could spend 10 minutes with your crafting tools and then try and repair it so it'll be ready to go again.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think I could. Can I move through?
Always through friendly squares. Yes.
Okay, because then what I might do is go here, just in case the ogre comes this way, because Lavari's not taking the brunt of that.
Okay.
And I really hope he doesn't come this way.
Okay.
And then that's a second action. Third action, I guess, would be I can't withhold, so that's it. I just have to sacrifice my third.
Okay. Do you have a dagger on you?
Unarmed fist, longsword, shield, boss.
Okay,
I don't see a dagger.
Okay. Then it is the ogre's turn. So this is going to move and then seek. And it heard you moving. So it... 1, 2, 3, 4. So out of the darkness... Whew, this is going to be a real hard shot for it against Gregan. Because you get the cover and it's squeezing.
Oh my god, I'm so scared. I can't even see where it is on the map.
Yeah, it's awesome. We had one.
I have no idea where this thing is.
We had one PF2 session of Barrow Maze where Chad was the only one who had dark vision and made his way down into this cave, and then troll ghosts started coming through the walls, and he's like, "Ha!" and running back. All right, so let me make a roll here. So if you can't see it, that means you're flat-footed. So there's sort of an offset here. Whoa! I am 2 off from hitting you. So Gregan, one of those hooks comes out of the darkness over here and just right in front of your face. Strikes the floor, sparks fly up. Lavaria, what are you doing? There is an ogre coming right from this direction here.
Yeah, I can't see it either. I'm gonna just take a step there.
See, now you can see coming towards you.
Yep. I don't think my divine lance will work against. Oh yeah, it will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll just. I'm going to fire off the divine.
It's also flat-footed, so but that nat 1 will not help. You want to roll, spend a hero point?
Yeah, I am going to.
Okay.
Yeah. That's better.
It's so close to a crit.
Oh.
Okay, so you hit this thing with your ghostly bolt. Gregan.
I can see it now. Okay. The wonderful thing about these little one-shots and war stories is I'm far less invested in my character's safety. Sorry, Gregan. So I want to try and play with all my toys.
Yep.
So I'm going to.
So sudden charge. The benefit of that is you get to both move twice and attack. So when something's fairly far away, there's no other benefit. Doesn't do extra damage or anything like that. So really,
it's mostly if it's so far away
Yeah.
So right now I wouldn't need to do that. I can just
not at all.
do
You
my
can
normal
stride in. Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, that's fine because I can take 1 square to move, and that's my 1 action.
Yeah.
And then let's do this shit again.
Yeah. That's a really effective use of it. So go ahead and make your attack. This thing is flat-footed now.
22 to hit.
Oh, it's so close to a crit. But that is a hit. Go ahead and roll 1d8 for extra damage. Not quite as impressive, but still something. So you're pecking away. All right, then it is the ogre's turn. Now that you're in, it's going to just try and batter you. Once again, I get -2 to hit you because of the squeezing. So I need a 10. I need a 10 or higher to hit you. I rolled a 7. So it can't quite get the angle to get at you. Second attack, I need to roll a 15. I rolled a 5. Final attack, I need to roll a nat 20 to hit you. A 19 is not going to do it. So this thing's just swinging wildly at you. And with you knocking its weapon back and forth, you're able to keep yourself safe. Lavari, your turn. What are you doing?
I shall divine lance once again.
Oh, critical hit.
Jesus.
Nice.
Now, is there anything else that happens with a crit? It does not seem so. 10 points of damage.
Cantrip.
Okay.
And I'm just going to move
Look at that.
1 square so I'm in range if I need to heal.
Yeah. Yeah, and this thing seems to be filling the whole, like it's just a massive, squeezed, stinking meat. Gregan, what are you doing?
I'm going to do it again. This thing's been working well for me. So,
You have no.
and I don't have any.
No hero points left. Shit.
That's it.
So you could make a third attack if you like.
Yeah, might as well.
To attack number 3. Yeah.
That's worse.
That's close.
Okay,
but that's a -10 to hit, so that's a pretty good roll, though. All right, ogre time. That first strike, I need a 10 to hit you. 18. So I was 2 off from a critical. Remember, crits in PF2 do double damage.
Yeah.
That is 13 points of damage with the first hit. You're really wishing for that shield once again. The second attack is a miss. Third attack, I need a 20. Oh, so misses the second time, and the third attack's Lavari. You're up once again.
I shall do my last spell, my last heal.
Okay. And what are you doing? Oh, 2 rounds? Yeah, because you don't want to heal this ogre inadvertently. 13 points of back, Gregan, and then you have one more action, Lavari.
Can I get my shield up again?
Absolutely. Hasn't been broken yet, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it is Gregan's turn. What are you doing, Gregan?
I'm going to attack again. So, power attack.
Come on. Oh!
There we go.
Big hit. We'll go 1d8. It's a 13. Look at this, though. Whack!
Oh. Okay.
And then attack number 3.
Attack number 3. Come on. Natural 20. No.
Okay. Then the ogre.
It's a long sword, and this is a tight corridor. I mean, I can only do so much.
And you have 10 to get you. That's a miss on the first one, and you have 15 on the second one. It's a 6. And I need a nat 20 to get you on this third one. That's an 11. Lavari, what are you doing?
I shall fire a divine lance.
That hits it. So again, 5 points of damage. You have one more action.
Yeah, just the shield for now.
Okay. And then it is Gregan's turn.
I'm mad.
Yes, 14
The little extra damage is getting better each time.
Yeah. 14, you plunge in. There's an opening from where the Divine Lance hit. You leap in, and it cuts right underneath where the crude armor was, down deep in, and you can see the look on its face when you hit its heart. Whack, and you pull out, and it sputters with blood coming out of its mouth. Care for my goats. And then slumps forward.
Wait. What? Darren, hold on. Did we just kill a lovely little ogre couple that was just raising goats and living their best lives?
Yeah, and eating humans. But yes.
Yeah, I know, but like in that last moment, I'm like, wait, this ogre actually just, he cares about his goats.
I'll have to give him a slap. Back to reality.
So
he's been eating my mate's leg.
What with some careful exploration and interpolation, you find there's actually a fucking huge bear in that side cave to the side there. So
I'm glad we didn't disturb it too.
Yeah, it was sleeping, so I'm assuming you did not disturb it. I'm just gonna quickly looking through to see if there's anything else of value in here.
And they were connected. They were sort of living together.
The ogres, yeah.
Yeah, I mean with the bear.
Yeah, it's not unusual for them to keep such things as pets.
Oh, okay.
So it kept a bear as pets and apparently a herd of dwarven goats and sheep. It doesn't look like there's anything else of interest in here. So with, honestly, one of the upsides for those dwarven goats, I think what we end our session with, guys, is the two of you with those casks of mead strapped to the side of one of those dwarven rams and making your way back through the wilderness towards Caer Dineval. Not only have you brought a big... what do you call it? That cauldron back. You're also bringing back 3 casks, each 200 pounds, worth of some of the finest mead in all the Forgotten Realms. And Andrew, you want to add something?
Wait a minute. Wait, you said this is concurrent. This is all happening concurrently with our other story?
Yep.
Because I was about to say, it's too bad it wasn't happening just a little bit earlier, because maybe we just did Aelhorn's origin stories.
No, this is concurrent.
Or what did we name that? What did we name that ram?
Alehead, I think.
It was Alehead. Yeah.
So, with that, you guys are heading back, and I guess with the amount of rams that are in there, you could collect the bodies as well and bring those back if you were so inclined. So, guys, Our session, the war story was entitled "Found Friends," and I intended to do this last time, but we forgot because we kind of got back into the regular campaign. But you guys are 3rd level now.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we will level up the characters at some point between now and next time we play a war story. And Andrew, now you have a war story character as well.
Oh, and he's fun.
Nice.
This is that's cool.
Then, so guys, we will bring this session to a close. So for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for this Pathfinder 2 war story. And yet another insight into what's going on in other parts of the crystal of the Icewind Dale while our heroes are trying to thwart Alril's machinations. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section of the video below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where all of us are active, and we have channels there dedicated to this campaign, Pathfinder 2 in general, as well as a bunch of other great channels and a terrific group of people. You are more than welcome to join us over there. I'll very quickly also mention that we've got links down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games, the preeminent retailer of hard-to-find and auto-print RPGs in North America. We also have, so not only do they have a wide selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs, they also have a terrific selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games. They have a great feature called a wish list or want list, where if you have something that you want to pick up from them, but they don't have in stock, you can put it on a want list. They'll send you an email when it comes in, and then you can order it if you like. Now, if you make a $10 purchase or more through their website, be sure to enter the code MUSINGS at checkout, and you'll save yourself 10% on the purchase. If you're listening to this at another time, you may need to double check to see what the code is. It changes sometimes. So if you find Musings does not work for you, just double check for one of our more recent videos and see what code works for you. There's also a link down below to the Heroes Save Villages campaign, which is the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, really terrific organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphan and abandoned children, including ongoing relief efforts in Ukraine and the surrounding countries. There are also the 2 small ways we say thank you. All donations through that link go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the any middleman or the channel. Just goes to help those kids. 2 small ways we say we have of saying thank you. One of them is for every $25 Canadian that you donate, you'll get a chance to win the grand prize or one of the other great prizes in our next charity raffle. Next charity raffle will be in December 2022. And if you want to see what prizes were awarded in the last raffle, head on over to the Dungeon Musing Discord server's Charity Initiatives channel, and you can see a full list of everything that was awarded last time. Some great prizes, the Platinum and Silver editions from the Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse. So if you like Beetle and Grimm's products, we have some prizes that will be given away from them for our next session, our next raffle, as well as stuff from the Dungeon Musings Red Bubble Shop and a bunch of other great stuff. There's a chainmail dice bag made by our resident armorsmith, Dave, and they're just gorgeous prizes. So yeah, lots of great prizes. And in addition to that, you also, starting in November, you'll have a chance to vote on our next charity session. Our next charity session will be returning to a channel favorite, Modifius Entertainment's Conan Adventures in an Age Undreamed Of. Terrific 2D20 RPG. And for the 3 weeks leading up to that, donors will have a chance, since June of 2022, we'll have a chance to vote on the different elements of the session. Every week we'll have a different thing you're voting on to help formulate what kind of Conan adventure we're going to play. And we did that for our last charity session, which was Eden Studios' All Flesh Must Be Eaten zombie survival game. And that was really cool seeing how that game came together. So not only did you get a chance to vote on what we're playing on the channel, not only do you get a chance to win some cool gaming stuff, you get a chance to help some kids who could really use some help. The last thing I will say is a huge thank you to Andrew and Darren for playing today. Andrew was a last-minute press ganging in. He didn't expect to be playing this morning. So, Andrew, thank you so much for joining us. And Darren, thank you so much for diving once again into your quasi-undead mage. You have really made this character come to life. That's an undead joke there. So then, until next time, folks, we'll be back in the Icewind Dale in 2 weeks' time, either playing our regular campaign with CNC or returning for another war story. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our heroes in the Icewind Dale keep finding. I mean, fucking kidnapping dark dwarves, cannibalizing sea hags, and now, ravenous ogres with lovely pets. Is there no end to the trouble in the Icewind Dale? Until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.
Bye now.